Hey guys, we are doing Dark Souls. You can see in the corner right there, showing the loading thing. A few things to go over. One, I am doing this on my actual online profile, but it's going to be offline. I'm not going to be connected to the internet because I'm not going to deal with all these extra pointless messages in the beginning, all over the place, and I'm not going to deal with people invading my world or something like that, and I don't need help from other people. Two, I'm going to be using you're going to see the save game I'm going to be using, but at this point in the recording, I recorded it right before I recorded the opening cutscene for a new game. So that's what I'm going to be using. And then the next thing is, I'm just doing this to show you guys the character creation. My character I'm going to be using is going to be essentially invincible, but but my character can still die. Like by curse and stuff like that. And here are the different classes that you can pick. It's just your starting equipment and your stats. It's not gonna hinder. You can build your person any way. You could be a damn caveman, for Christ's sakes. But anyways, the reason why I have a guy that's essentially invincible is, one, because I played the game 8 times. This is going to be the 8th playthrough of this game for me. I already have all the achievements, legitimately, got them all, unlocked them all 41. So that means I have all the spells, all everything. I'll go through and I will link guides that will show it better than I do, but I will try and show as much as I can. From what I can remember. I will also be including the Artorias of the Abyss. But the reason why I'm doing the essentially invincible is because I am, I don't want to be stuck on the same thing for 50 parts or something like that. I mean, I've watched Let's Plays of Dark Souls before I got it, and I'm like, I can't do this. I would not be able to do this if I did a Let's Play for 30 parts being stuck right before the second Bell of Awakening, depending on however you play the game. So here is the cutscene.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death. And of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
So that was the intro cutscene that only plays on actual levels. And then this is like an actual, like this is my main file from the beginning with this cutscene.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
So here's our cell, and just a note, I'm going to be playing as Artorias, using his weapons. I might have to switch between like a smaller shield and stuff like that, but for the most part, I will be wearing his armor throughout most of the game. I will do a bonus episode of showing all the armor, all the armor. Yeah, all the armor. So there is a noble knight wearing the elite armor set, which is actually what probably my favorite it is unique because you do find it, and you can only find it once per playthrough. But right there's a blood shield. This is that smaller red shield was the blood shield. So the armor I have is all the armor from the Artorias of the Abyss. Same with the weapon and the shield. That's the cleansing great shield, and then that's the Abyss great sword, which is the great sword of Artorias corrupted. That is not what we're gonna be. We're gonna be fighting an identical item. Boss. But when you play this game, you have to go take the long way around because you don't have your weapon. You have a broken sword, which does jack shit damage at all, like jack shit. I see the thing is with the attacks, the stronger attack. If it's single-handed strong attack, you do kind of like a spin attack, and then the you saw the lunging front flip. Now, you guys will... I'm only doing this just to blaze through. So this is... why the flame is so tall is because you can have up to 20 Estus flasks, and you get those from the noble in just a minute, and I'm just... I went farming for Titanite slabs and chunks. I didn't get too many... I used up all my chunks, but the slabs, I saved up those. So these are all the different upgrade items. All these Titanite things, Twinkling Titanite you definitely want to keep. Definitely want to keep. And I have, like I said, every single magic, but I did get all the achievements before the DLC came out, so I don't know if that getting the special items and spells and stuff from the So you can see it right up at the top, right above my health bar, is the boss. I could kill him now, but what's the fun in that? We're gonna go take the long way, because that will shut if you don't take too long. And then there's another bonfire. So essentially I have infinite stats, but I can still die, and I have died quite a few times in this game. Like, even with, using this character. Sometimes it's over, like, so so these two items here, that was your item that you get from whatever class that you chose. And you do start out the game hollow, not when you're New Game Plus, I don't think, but when you start a brand new game, you actually don't look like you do when you customize your character, which is a little unusual, but then again, you are undead, so you have to look, you look hollow, because there's two forms, there's hollowed form and human form. Human form, like, has a couple perks, like, you can do, so there's the Astor Noble. He fell through, what I expect to be, bad, he got on some bad footing, or something like that. So we open that to get a shortcut, which we will use later, not in this episode, but probably in the next episode or third episode at the latest. You cause that ball to roll through, so that talks about the Estus Flask, so we talk to him.
You're no hollow.
To get the items. But we already have the Estus Flask.
I'm done for, I'm afraid. I wish to ask something of you.
So he doesn't give you that.
You and I
and he has like oh, here, and take this. That's one thing that you're gonna miss.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. And thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this.
So he is human. He is
I would hate to
not a mindless
to death.
hollow or anything like that.
So go
like
now.
Like all the other ends in here. I might try, because he dies and disappears, and you get, I think, souls. Yeah, you get 100 souls, and this is on New Game Plus 8, 7 or 8, one of the two. But yeah, the enemies here, even 8 playthroughs later, it's they're really easy, but when you get later into the game, and I think I know the way I'm going to play, get through for the first bit, and I'm going to freaking hate it. I mean, actually, what I could do is the first 2 Bells of Awakening, right off the bat, because I'm already doing, because you always want to start out with the first Bell of Awakening, that's kind of how you go. I don't know, I think that's the reason, I don't know if that's a bug or glitch or something. When you wield the blood shield, that happens to get like a small amount of different ailments, but they don't max out. We don't have that key. That's going to be in the main area of the game. The other sword I have equipped is the Obsidian Greatsword, which you can get from cutting off the tail of the dragon in the DLC. So this is your strongest attack. Look at that. You guys won't, like, if you guys play the first time around, you won't get it that close, but you can. So you get Big Pilgrim Key. If you go through New Game Plus and you kill him, the moment you walk through those doors, you get his weapon, the Demon Great Hammer, which is a pretty good weapon, but for me, it's not. It doesn't go with my look. Good job. Go straight ahead. Now, over here is the forgot the name of the character. I thought the character was gonna make it say something or whatever, but It's a crow that's never seen in, it's a crow person never seen in game, but what you do is you drop certain items. You can find a list for it on the internet, but you drop,
Only
like, let's say
in the ancient legends it
moss
is
clumps.
stated
Like, you can only do it once per item per
that
playthrough.
one day
Flop
an
it down,
undead shall be
save, quit,
chosen.
come back. Oh look, twinkling titanite. You know, that kind of stuff. You can get, I think one of
To
the...
leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage.
You can get one of the special items that you get from character creation from that. I think it's the Old Witch's Ring, which I will show you guys what that does when we get there. Maybe episode 4? I don't know. I might make these episodes longer because this game is quite a bit harder. I mean, not necessarily for me, but here's the land of ancient lords, which is Lordran. You start in the Firework Shrine, which is once you have humanity, like, you can get it pretty easy at the beginning. But anyways, you really want to see that bonfire right there. You want to get that thing like all the way up to the max, which a lot of mine already are. Like when you guys are playing, you want to have as many SS slots as possible.
Here? You must be
This
a
guy-
new
this guy's an
arrival.
asshole.
Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the
You
first.
can't really see the
But there's
face
no
on the helmet, but
salvation
you
here.
barely.
You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually 2 bells of awakening. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant. Not much to go on. So, off you go. It is.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't want to listen to his dumb voice. I'm not gonna try and show every single, like, go through all the dialogue things. But this person, she is a firekeeper of the Firework Shrine. So you'll see reinforced SS Flask. For me, I can't do that anymore. And her tongue is cut out, so she can't talk. But I have +7, which is the max you can get. When you reinforce it, it can replenish more HP. So you can use, like when you start, it doesn't replenish too much, but at your current health status, it does enough. But you want to have Homeward Bones. Those, well, once you use them, it's better to do that than to forget about it later. So these undeads, these undead enemies, they won't attack you unless you like attack them first, but it's probably a one-hit kill anyways. We're gonna come back here to the New Londo ruins later, but this is one of the main reasons why you want the Master Key, the Valley of Drakes. This place, very useful. Over there is a way to the second Bell of Awakening that we're gonna go do later. But right now, we're gonna go. Now, where we're going is we're gonna go fight the top half of top half of an undead dragon, which is over there. Now, you can pick up the items which will trigger it, but what you can do is you can still target it before it starts moving around, and you can use spells or arrows on it from a safe distance away. So here I'm going to use the Dragon Slayer Great Bow, which is the strongest bow in the game, including the DLC. And this is a base game thing. So those first 2 items right there, the whole has a shield, the Dragon Crest shield, and the Astora Straight Sword, which is the same sword that Noble that gave you the key that dropped the body at the beginning of the game. Yeah, you can't really target him from that too safe of a distance away. So what you can do is if you have what I can do right now is Sunlight Sphere, which you can only use if you're part of in a certain covenant, which kind of sucks, but I missed that one. But the good thing is this rule of thumb: dragons are weak against lightning. So if you have like a lightning weapon imbued by lightning, and Great Lightning Spear, I think you can only get one of them. You can only get one of each of the lightning, those light spears, because those are from the sun. What was it called? The sun. The covenant with the sun that deals with the sun. Now we're gonna come back here later as well. So there is a straight sword. There's a dragon crest shield, and then there's soul. This soul will not trigger the enemies, the dragon, I mean, but those two will. So you can come down here with like no souls to, use. So there's a homeward bone. It will take you back to the last bonfire that you actually sat at. The Uchi Katana we're actually going to get in this episode, but we're at the cost of a merchant. I do not recommend killing this merchant. Even if he is a prick, he is useful if you want to get the Drake Sword in the beginning of the game, which is really good in the start. So, if you've never played, if you just started playing this game for the first time, here's gestures and stuff like that. I have some that you can get from other people. So, praise the sun.
Hello there. I am Petros.
So if you talk to him, you can
get
into the way of the white, which is like the first
Hello
one
there.
of the first tunes you get.
But I also want you to know that here, no.
So copper coins I don't know if there's a use for them, but there's copper, silver, and gold coins, I think. And there's sunlight metals. You want to get 10 sunlight metals.
That is a shame.
Yeah,
Speak to me.
I'm not going to abandon my former covenant because I kind of need it with the spells I got, or at least the single spell, which is the most powerful, one of the most powerful miracles, I think. It's a miracle. You can tell, I don't go down there, I'm not going down there yet. We're going to go down there once we have the shortcut, because then we can double up as this. I'm going to say, sorry, I was going to say something, but then I was kind of distracted by the video when on the recording itself. I don't know if it's going to happen for you guys, but the recording when the file on Vegas was like kind of stuttering. I'm like, fucking shit. But anyways, this is where you want to go first. This is the only way you can go. You can jump that bridge. I don't do it here, but you can you can like run and sprint, which you need, for you guys, you need to have less armor, so you can fast roll and jump, and actually leap. And you get a Ring of Sacrifice, which is kind of ironic, because you're probably going to die going down there anyways. Now, with each successful New Game Plus completed, you get more souls from each enemy. Like here, I would not be getting 451 souls from one measly undead. I'd be getting like, significantly less. Here we're going to be we killed one boss. We're going to do, I think, 2 more bosses. Before this episode is over. Actually, no. 1 more boss. So here, right here is going to be the... Oh, no, not here. I was going to say... so here I show you guys, like, this entire area before that white fog. I made the mistake of falling down here rather than where the item was, up above, slightly up above, but oh well. I will be using other weapons. It just depends on when, where. Like maybe in the Artorias of the Abyss, I will switch armors. Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Rubbish. That is definitely one of the items used with the Crow NPC. Now, with armor like Artorias or even Havel or Rock, you're seriously gonna have to... Wait. Oh, wait, no more... Oh, no. Never mind. I only went through this initial area. I was thinking of my other playthrough that I made and maxed out just to have my character as one of the other DLC characters. But, anyways, this is only going to be up until the next bonfire. But I am showcasing as much as I can remember initially. The thing about dragon weapons is probably the only way you're going to get them is... the only way you can get them is if you cut off the tail of one of the dragon, of a dragon. Which, you know, sounds like... And some of them are bosses, others are not, really, but I think the Gaping Dragon, you get the Dragon King Great Axe, which is pretty fucking badass. Dragon weapons have a special attack, depends on how I think it's... Some of them do... Like, if you do a heavy attack on the Moonlight Greatsword single-handedly, you get a ranged magical attack. Now here, I mess up because I have to go around on top of the roof building I was just in to actually get in there and get the crossbow. Because there's a crossbow that gives you, like, I think a few standard bolts. So that dragon we're actually going to kill next episode, probably. Because we're going to have to get to the Taurus demon and then immediately deal with that stupid-ass dragon. But first, we're going to cut off his tail. The easiest way to cut off his tail is by shooting it off. With my dragon and great bow, I can do that in significantly less arrows than somebody would with the bow that you buy from the merchant that we're going to go see. But, you know, I'm playing this New Game Plus 8. You guys will be playing this brand new game. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to play this, do a Let's Play this game, but I have, I think, another 6 episodes waiting for Smash Brothers. This is going to be uploaded first. I think Smash Brothers is going to be like whenever I feel like it. It's not going to be a like Wind Waker, like it was going to be systematic. I think it's going to start turning into whenever I feel like recording. And I think this first episode is going to be This is post commentary, but this might be live commentary depending on how much of a hassle it is. So here's the zombie merchant, the male zombie merchant.
Well,
there's a female one
we'll
get through later, that we'll see later, but so Lloyd's talismans are useful against mimics, which look like treasure chests, but are actually enemies. You don't need the residence key if you have the master key, but buy it anyways. It's only 1,000 souls. And here are a bunch of so you want to buy the short bow. And then there's a bunch of other standard weapons. And then there's all these arrows that I already have 999 of. This is his only armor that he has. But here I actually accidentally hit the trigger. It hit my leg. So I'm like, well, I guess we could just go for the Ujigatana anyways. So the Ujigatana causes bleeding, but the durability is shit. I think it's like 60 or 80. It's really fucking low. Compared to, some of these other weapons that have like 200-300 durability. Dragon Tooth has essentially infinite durability. But we don't get that until way later. I mean, you guys won't. I have every single weapon, pretty sure every single ring, every single everything. But, and that ladder that you guys saw for a split second is going to be a shortcut to a later thing that we have to take down. But, I think this is going to be a good series. And here I'm repairing my stuff. So you can reverse hollowing, which increases your the enemy drop rate, and if you have 10 or 11 humanity, or no, it's 10 humanity, it maxes it out, or it's the best for that. But I wouldn't worry about it. So I'll see you guys later.